Good afternoon, our value clients. You are welcome to new week for our lead weekly recommendations. We thank you for following up to our various channels, our YouTube, our Twitter, and then our LinkedIn. So today is another day, being the last day of it being the beginning of the week and also being the last day of the month of July. So we are also here this afternoon again to also share with you our recommendation across various asset classes that are under the management of our company, Lead Capital PLC. I'll be taking us through the equity recommendation, the stock that you can also invest in our equities market. While my colleagues will also be taking us through instrument we also have in fixed income instruments where you can also take opportunities and invest. Thank you. Over to you.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome once again to our YouTube channel. My name is Olamide Ademola, an investment analyst in Lead Capital PLC. So, for the past few weeks, my colleague has been giving us some investment tips and recommendations on what stock to invest in. And I'm very sure if you all have been following up with our recommendations, you would have seen profits on your investment. So some clients might be wondering, okay, I've seen gains on my investment. What can I use these gains to do instead of spending it or using it for other things? So today I'll be talking about the mutual funds, the fixed placements investments, and the Eurobond investments. So what are the mutual funds? The mutual funds is basically pulling funds from different investors, then combine the funds together and then invest it in different classes of assets. For example, as an investor, you don't have enough funds to invest in CPs, commercial treasury bills, and the likes. You can always invest in the mutual funds such as the lead fixed income funds and the lead balance fund. The lead fixed income fund is the kind of fund that has a fixed return on your investment. For example, you are investing in a fund and your target is 10% or 15% per annum. Investing in the lead fixed income fund will give you the opportunity to get your principal and your attained interest at the end of the tenure. The lead fixed income fund actually doesn't have a tenure or maturity. There's free exit. You can always enter at a particular period of time and decide to exit the fund at a particular period of time. For example, we actually advise our clients to hold for a minimum period of 90 days, in which you would have been able to get like enough interest on your investment. So for the lead balance fund is a mix of equity and other fixed income instruments such as commercial papers, treasury bills, and money markets. The mutual fund gives room for diversification of funds. For example, we don't advise our clients to just put all their funds in one basket, whereby we already invested in the equities, you've seen gains. You can as well invest in other basket of products like the fixed income products, which will give you tangible returns at the end of your investment. So talking about the lead fixed placement, is a placement whereby we give our clients different maturities and different rates on their investments. The minimum amount you can invest in a lead fixed placement is 1 million naira and the minimum tenure of 90 days with a maximum tenure of 360 days. So in this kind of investments, we have ranges of rates from 10% to 15% upward, depends on the capital, on your principal. So we also move on to the Eurobonds. As we all know, from the name Euro, it does not mean it's an investment that is denominated in euros, but it means an investment that is denominated in other currency different from the currency of the issuer. For example, we have the Nigerian Eurobonds, we have the Angola Eurobonds, we have the Ghana Eurobonds, and the Egypt Eurobonds, the sub-Saharan Eurobonds generally. So investing in this kind of Eurobond gives you opportunity to invest in other currency. For example, USD. This particular bond is dominated in USD, in which, for example, lately we've been seeing how our exchange rates has been. So this is an investment where you can invest at a particular amount. Let's assume today the exchange rate is $700 per 700 naira per USD, whereby when you want to sell or maybe when the bond has matured, you can always sell at a higher rates, and then you get a return on your investment. So what are these Eurobonds? How does it work? The way Eurobond works is like the minimum investment. Let's talk about the minimum investment in an Eurobond investment. The minimum investment in an Eurobond is $200,000, where we advise our clients not to buy below $200,000 in case we want to sell off at a particular period of time. But there are clients that do wish to invest in these bonds, but they don't have enough funds to invest. We can source for fractional size in the market as low as $50,000 for our clients if they are interested. So these bonds, they pay interest twice in a year. For example, you are buying a security, maybe Nigeria July 2023 Euro bond. They are paying coupon twice in a year. That means they'll pay coupon every 6 months. This coupon being paid will be paid January and July till the bonds matured. So let's assume you are buying the security at the price of $78. In the next few years, it might have gone up to as like $80, $90, and at the same time, you are enjoying the coupon rate investment. You are getting coupon when you invest a $200,000 investment, and the coupon rate for this particular bond is like 7%. So in a year, you are getting almost $14,000 on your investment. So investing in a maturity of close to like 5 years maturity, that means you are getting $14,000 in 5 years. So that's how much. That's close to like
close almost $70,000.
Almost $70,000. So imagine you getting $70,000 as a return on your investment. And meanwhile, when you purchased the bond, you purchased at $78. So that means, and you're buying a $200,000 worth of Euro bonds. At maturity, when you are buying the bonds, you are not paying up to $200,000 because the bonds is already trading below premium. It's already trading below premium, so you have the opportunity to even get more. So if you are buying an instrument at $78,000 and you are paying roughly like $150,000 to purchase the bond, at maturity you are getting your full principal back, which is $200,000, and at the same time you already earn coupon of almost $70,000 throughout the tenure. That's for 5 years. That means you sink close to like 20% of interest on your investments. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Olamide, for that beautiful and wonderful presentation. So I'm highly excited that today we are also coming with another product entirely, because I'm sure some of our customers will be asking that all the time is equity. And don't also forget that Leap Capital PLC is a full-fledged financial service firm that we're into asset management, we're into portfolio management, and we're into equities as well. We're also a stockbroking firm. We're also an investment banking as well. So our service provision cuts across various segments of financial service firm. So I'm happy that my colleagues have been able to throw more light in other areas of investment in the fixed income instrument. Just to add a few things to that before moving down to the stock recommendations. He also said something about our Euro bonds, that minimum lot you can invest is $200,000. But we have also looked at it that there's something we also need to put in place to ensure that we also give the opportunity for our investors, our customers, to also have access to that instrument, even though they don't have $200,000 at a go. But what we have done is that we are also coming out very soon, maybe probably in a few weeks to come. You'll see our product, another fund. It's also a mutual fund called Lead Dollar Fund. You can also invest in this instrument through Lead Dollar Fund. The way you have invested in our Lead Balance Fund, in our Lead Fixed Income Fund. On Friday last week, some customers were calling us, thanking us that they got their dividends because Lead Fixed Income Fund paid dividends last week Friday. So, of course, from time to time, follow our recommendation and interact with us as a company. So, having said that, I would like to take us through our weekly stock recommendation. I would not like to take our time. We just have a few stock recommendations for today's being the 31st, the last day of the month of July. And the first in our recommendation is the Access Bank. Don't also forget that in our recommendation, we've been covering about 5 various segments of our market: the banking sector, the telecom sector, the industrial sector, and then the FMCG core consumer sector. And we're also covering industrial sector as well. So for the banking sector, we are also recommending Access Bank for our buy recommendation. Access Bank closed 17.50 Naira on Friday, and our target price, we are still maintaining our target price at 20 Naira. So it's also a strong buy for our investors. We are expecting the second quarter result of some of these companies. While the one we have seen, we're also going to discuss that at the end of this presentation. For GTB also closed 37 naira 5 kobo on Friday. We are still maintaining a target price of 40 naira. It's also a buy recommendation. Stanbic IBTC as well, another bank in the banking industry. Stanbic Bank closed 69 naira 50 kobo. Our target price for Stanbic IBTC is 50 naira. So it's a good deal for you if you are selling Stanbic IBTC now at 69 naira 50 kobo, because it has already exceeded our target price of 50 naira. The next is UBA. UBA also closed 14 naira 50 kobo on Friday, and our target price of UBA is still 17 naira. So we also a buy recommendation. Nestlé is another company we are also recommending. We haven't changed our recommendation on Nestlé, even though their result came out on Friday. We've seen companies recording exchange rate losses. But what is very important is because of the unification of the FX. So we're going to monitor how it's going to affect other companies as well. But for some of these companies that have foreign subsidiaries, in terms of inflation, there's no way it's not going to affect them. And it's not only this year. We also noticed that 2 or 3 years ago, companies also recorded losses in foreign exchange policy. So Nestlé is not left out, but it's still a good buy because we've seen that their performance is also very impressive, if not because of the exchange rate losses. And it's not only peculiar to Nestlé alone. So we are also recommending Nestlé as buy. And then the next is Zenith Bank PLC. It's still under banking industry. It closed 34 naira on Friday. Our target price for Zenith Bank is 30 naira 50 kobo. It's also a buy recommendation. With Statican Portland Cement, otherwise also known as Lafarge, we're also recommending Lafarge for buy recommendation. It closed 26 naira 90 kobo on Friday. Our target price is still 35 naira. So it's into cement production. It's also a buy recommendation. Dangote Sugar also closed 30 naira on Friday. And then our target price for Dangote Sugar is 25 naira. So it's a good time for you to sell. It's an opportunity for you to sell. The company has already exceeded our target price. So if you sell now, it's also a good deal for you. Next to that is Flammy PLC. Flammy also closed 29 naira on Friday, and our target price is 40 naira. It's also a strong buy recommendation. Don't also forget that Flammy, this is a company that has also invested heavily in backward integration. So some of these steps they took at that time is for them to be able to prevent over dependency on sourcing their raw material from abroad, so to minimize the impact of foreign exchange losses. So the next is MTN Nigerian PLC. MTN also closed 272 naira on Friday. Our target price is also 300 naira. It's also a buy recommendation. While lastly is Total Nigerian PLC, which is oil and gas. It's a company that's operating under downstream segment of our oil and gas industry, where it closed 28 the current price of Total PLC, it closed 385 naira on Friday, and our target price is 350 naira. So we're also recommending sell. So having presented our liquid stock recommendations in our market throughout of last week, starting from Thursday, Friday, we've seen some results that are also being released to the market. How exchange rate unification has also affected some of these companies. So, but let's just give you assurance that whatever recommendation Lead Capital PLC has sent out to all our customers, we want you to follow it and believe in it. We're also monitoring activities both in the local front and also in the foreign front as well. And then the result we have seen so far in the banking industry, they have been very impressive. We've seen WEMA, we've seen ETI. So we are expecting more results to come into our market this week. But one of the things I would like to sound to all our value clients is that we don't want you to panic. That is why from time to time, we'll be advising you that you need to spread your investment across various products we have in our capital market, not only equities market, which is why my colleagues are taking our time to take us through other instruments we have in the fixed income instruments. So at every point in time, opportunities are available in the market. You don't expect the market to go in that one direction. Even the market is moving in one direction, it's also very sensitive. So market is just like a business circle, and in every segment of that circle, you see opportunity to sell, you see opportunity to buy. Where you also need to hold, you also need to hold. So, but one of the key things that I also want to put forward before rounding up this presentation is that all these companies we have indicated in our rating as buyer recommendation, they are company, our firm and companies that are listed in our market. Lead Capital PLC has also tracked their performance in the last 10 years. We don't recommend companies we are not sure of their performance, the management competency, and then the nature and the level of the businesses they are doing in the what in our market, and then how they are also expanding. So on that note, I would like to round up this presentation, and I want to say thank you, a big thank you to all our value clients for taking out of your limited time as well to also follow up on our weekly recommendation on our YouTube channel. Thank you very much.
See you next week.
Next time. Bye bye.